I know you're sick of the fact that one day the AI will seem to have every answer perfect, and then the next it's absolutely garbage. The reason for this isn't that the AI gets stupider, it's the fact that AI is designed to be agreeable. It'll take the safest pick. It'll hedge its bets. It won't give you a direct answer unless you ask for it. We call this the yes machine. At the end of this, though, you'll walk out with a 4-step method to get rid of that yes machine and to get rid of those generic answers. For this information, I'm using ChatGPT. As you can see, this is a clean one, no login, no memory, never used it. I've already loaded up a prompt just to see what the AI will say, and I chose violence, so who has the better pizza, New York or Chicago? And here it is. It says that depends on what you value, because New York and Chicago pizzas are different styles rather than being objective better, and then gives you a whole long thing of everything, telling you all about what you've already known pizza. Even at the bottom is that finally you get to, if I had to summarize the best all around every day, it finally makes an answer. This isn't bad. You're getting your information, but it's hedging a little. It hedges a bit, and then when it finally comes to an answer, it's wishy-washy. This is exactly what I mean when I say the yes machine. It's trying to take the easiest path out. So moving forward, I'm going to show you how to get rid of that using something called the race method. If you ask an AI a question and it answers like nobody in particular, it's because you never told it to be. That's where the first letter comes in, role. It's defined as who you want the AI to be. It's a point of view with a standard attached, or in this case, a bias. So here's the first example. This is just a standard example, about a car. Should I fix it or replace it? And if you read this, it says it'll lean toward repairing it. It's hedging. It's giving you all these answers, but it's saying, oh, well, there's this factor and this factor. It's not giving you a straight answer. It's just hedging its bets, staying in the middle. And even down here, it's asking, hey, what kind of question should I ask? And you know what? That's a pretty good indicator of what should come later, which is context. But for the time being, I'll show you, this is what role does. So I'm going to start a new chat, clear it out. I'm going to paste it, same information. The only thing that's changed is now it says you're a blunt mechanic who've watched hundreds of people pour money into cars they shouldn't have let go. Right off the bat, see the difference. Straight answer, fix it. Now, the reason this works is because you gave the AI a starting point. You gave it a point to defend. It's like giving it an actor, a character to be in a movie, It's like telling Brad Pitt, hey, this is your character in this movie. You told the AI what character you wanted to play. The facts are identical in both. What changes is the role and everything you did. The point here is even if it would have said something different, it gave you an answer. There's no hedging, there's no yes machine. That is a definite answer right there. The key point here is making sure you get the bias in. Just saying a mechanic is neutral. It still gives it a way out. But if you say a mechanic who's watched hundreds of people pour money into cars they should have let go, that's the difference, because now there's the bias. There's what the AI has to defend. You asked AI for help, and it gave you a lecture. The reason being is you gave it a topic, not a job. That moves us to A, action. Action is what you want the AI to do. A job, not a subject. For instance, the one we put in here is just asking a question. Tell me about asking for time off work. And look what it gives you. It gives you a bunch of workplace niceties and professional content and everything, and just even telling you about your own job. Like, check to see if you have time off available. Well, if I didn't, I wouldn't be asking, would I? It's generic. And when you finally get down to it, this simple request example, it's not bad. But could you imagine if you got sent this? It has no substance, nothing to it. It's just generic. Now, let's try it let's try asking the same question, except doing it as an action. Give me 3 exact sentences to say when I ask my boss for a week off during a busy month. Right away, there it is. No lecture, no extrapolation of anything, no telling you different stuff. Right there, something you can email right away. The reason this works is because a topic will let the AI wander, it'll meander on different corners before it gets to its point. A job forces it to produce something quickly. It's like giving a line cook a recipe instead of just a vague idea, like instead of saying, I want something made of beef, you give them a recipe for a hamburger. Completely different stories. What takes this out of the realm of generic to useful is that during a busy month. Now it gives it something to pay attention to, because the generic advice, isn't what you're looking for, is it? A couple of points. Keep this one clean. No formal instructions here. That'll come later. Just keep this direct. And only give it one job per prompt. If your action has an and in it, summarize this and write a headline and suggest a thumbnail. Give me a week off and tell my boss how I'm doing and a status report. You're going to get 3 mediocre answers instead of one good one. Split them up, one job per prompt. When we ask AI for advice, it usually gives a generic answer that works for everybody. And that's a problem, because why would I want a generic answer that works for anybody? I could just Google that if that's what I wanted. When you want AI to give you a specifics, that's when you need the next letter, C, context. Context is what the AI can't see about you. It's your situations, constraints, what you've already tried. Here's an example of context in action. First off, it says, how do I get better at guitar? It gives you warm-up, technique, additional tips, all of this. Play songs at full speed. Don't get me wrong, this is all good advice, but this is the advice that anybody can get. It works for every guitar player everywhere in the world. Now, let's see what happens when we add context to it. Same question, except now you let it know about you. I practice 20 minutes a night, I'm self-taught, and my hand cramps on body chords. What should I drill? Now look, this gives you a 20-minute breakdown exactly on the things that you struggle with, the things that make you not want to play guitar. This is actually things you can use. And look, it even gives fixes for the bar chords. This is all information that is tailored to you. It gives the AI, by giving AI context, the answer goes from generic to personalized. Obviously, I still have to ask it something, but I'm just isolating the context of it just to prove a point here by giving you it. You can't say context by itself, because the AI will just look at you funny if it could look at you. But you get what I'm saying. It's as simple as this just turns the generic advice into something personal. It's like telling the doctor, my knee hurts after running, instead of, I hurt my leg. It's specifics. But there is a little bit of a caveat here. Context isn't your life story. It's the information that would change the answer, the stuff that the AI would need to make a better informed decision. If a detail wouldn't change what the AI tells you, it's just noise. It's not going to help, and honestly, it's probably going to hurt the prompt. There's also one part people leave out. It's the constraint, your budget, your timeline, what you've already tried. Those are the parts that are very important when you're giving an AI context, because the negatives work just as well as the positives to getting rid of that generic crap answer. When AI won't stop hedging, padding, and telling you it's already working, the reason being is you never told it what you wanted back. This brings us to E, which is expectation. Expectation is what the answer should look like and what to leave out. The example I've got for you is simple question. I need ideas for a gift for my friend. The first couple of words. Sure, a few ideas depend on your friend's personality, budget, and the occasion. And it just gives you a ton of different ideas. And these are all good answers. Don't get me wrong here. You know, the friend who has hobbies, it's everything. But you've already thought of all this. And honestly, you're probably doing this because you've got, information overload. You've got too many options. You're trying to narrow it down. To do that, you have to use expectation. Here, in new chat, show you. Paste it. And you can give me 3 options, 1 sentence each, no intros, no explanation of why it matters, and no, it depends on their interests. Now, we wait for this to work. And there it is. Took a couple seconds, but hey, it works. 3 different gifts, quickly, no fluff, no, oh hey, it depends on, just 3 ideas, something you can run with. That's expectation. And what makes this so powerful, and what most people won't tell you, is when you tell the AI what to leave out. I don't need to know the history of gift giving. I just need an idea. The way I could put it is, it's like asking somebody, which shirt should I wear out of 3 different shirts, or pointing to your entire closet and saying, which shirt should I wear? It narrows the focus. It gets rid of the AI, the wiggle room the AI has. Because the AI, it wants to go to the easy, agreeable path, as I've already stated. When you shut that down, it stops the AI from adding all that fluff to an answer that you didn't need. And less fluff is a good thing, unless you're a cute puppy. You've seen how one line can change an answer. Now let's see what happens when you put all 4 of them together at once. So for this example, I put in something easy. Help me meal prep for the week. It asked me a bunch of questions, and then if you want a simple starter, like, here's a flexible 5-day prep with quinoa and lentils. You got breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack ideas. All really good. You can even hear right at the bottom, it's tell me your preferences and I'll turn this into a full meal plan with a grocery list and a prep schedule. It's asking you to use the method. So to start off, I want to show that what's the difference between using just 2 of the letters. Where you're going to do this one, we're going to do role and action. So you're a practical cook who assumes I have limited time, won't send me shopping for niche ingredients, build me a 5 dinner plan for this week and a grocery list to go with it. And you got a practical 5-night dinner plan, normally grocery store ingredients. You got Monday, spaghetti, chicken and rice bowls, Thursday, Tuesday, so on and so forth. This is all great, and this is good, but there's a catch. This still isn't yours. You can make this better, because what you can do is you give it context. Now you add everything in. So it's a new chat. There it goes, finally. Paste it all in. Now there's this part right here saying who you're cooking for and what you have in your fridge, which is actually what's in my fridge right now. The AI is giving you answers, and it's giving you what is in your fridge and what you can use. It's this line right here. I'll keep this practical, use what you already have, give you an answer that is perfect for what you're looking for. Maybe not perfect, but you get what I'm saying. Using the race method as a whole is like taking all the members of the band and finally putting them together on stage. Now you know what the song sounds like. Now you see it. And there are some things you should pay attention to. If you've searched any AI prompts, I'm sure you've seen the monster ones that take up 4 pages of text box. Yeah, 90% of the time, that's completely useless. Unless you're doing a very, very specific niche, which can talk about later. But for most of it, 2 to 3 lines per letter is plenty. You don't need to have to write a whole soliloquy every time. Just a couple of lines on each, and then moving on. The other thing is that not all questions will require all 4 letters. While it gives you the best answer and the most direct and non-generic answer, sometimes you don't need that. Sometimes you just need a basic, hey, like going back to the guitar one, just give it the context. You don't need to tell it to be a guitar teacher or tell it that, what you want to say. It's very simple. Use your judgment. You don't have to force it. Use it when it's applicable, and when it's not, don't worry about it so much. This is a tool. This isn't a magic spell that you have to get right every time, or your cauldron's gonna blow up. So remember, the race method is the way to go. It's the best way to prompt, and using what you've learned here will get you ahead of 90% of people who still are trying to use AI like it's Google. If you like these videos, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you again.